On November 5th, the Board of Directors of the Gulf Gate TIRZ approved amendments to the TIRZ project and financing plan and forwarded them to City for consideration. In accordance with sections 311.003 and 311.001 of the Texas Tax Code, the municipality must hold a public hearing when proposed amendments to a project plan include changes that increase the total estimated project cost stated in a project plan, or reduces or enlarges the boundaries of a zone. The public hearing today is regarding the proposed third amendment to the Gulf Gate TIRZ project and financing plan. In brief, the proposed amendment to the zones plan will increase project costs by approximately $84 million from previous plans. The proposed amendment restates the goals and objectives included in prior plans, including provisions for the design and construction of public infrastructure improvements, mobility and pedestrian infrastructure improvements, and educational facilities. The new project goals included in the proposed amendment focus on the improvement of major corridors, enhancing public infrastructure, developing green space, and facilitating redevelopment of underperforming areas. The proposed amendment also includes a 17-year life extension of the term of the zone from December 31st, 2027 to December 31st, 2044. In closing, City staff has worked with the Gulf Gate Redevelopment Authority on the proposed third amended plan and now bring forth a recommendation for City Council to approve the plan. Thank you, Mayor and City Council, for your time. Councilmember Boyd.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Gwen. I do want to say to Matt Thibodeau, job well done in Midtown. Hey, either one of you guys, can you give me an idea after this is, once the boundaries are put in place, anticipated time frame for that new increment to be developed? So, I mean, where projects can be developed in that new area?
So let me just, so the project plan is sort of, if you want to look at from most broad to most specific. So the project plan just sort of defines general categories of the projects that a zone could construct or participate. Then as those projects become more and more defined, where we actually have a real project to bring forward to City Council, it goes from the project plan to the CIP. So if it's maybe a 5-year out project, and then as it becomes closer and closer to being ready to be constructed, we would actually put it in the current year budget. And so it is sort of a progression from the most broad to the most specific, but you would see those projects developing. Increment is going to generate as early as next year. The question becomes what kinds of project, how much increment would be generated, what types of projects would be afforded by that increment stream. But you could start seeing projects as early as next year.
Okay, one of the questions I have, Gwen, and I'm glad, thank you guys so much again for your presentation. Well, comment, it's my opinion, I know in District D, the #1 issue will be facing each mayoral candidate next year will be streets in the city of Houston. And so TIRZ is controlling so much money. I wish within the next plan, that, I mean, when you guys start approving plans or council, whoever, that somehow we get out to these TIRZs to start trying to allocate for new projects, streets. Just focus on getting streets done. Forget all these wonderful projects at this point. Streets. Because they're taking money from the general fund to do projects, which are needed. Don't misunderstand me. We need to get these streets done in the city of Houston. In addition to Rebuild Houston, you know I'm a champion for that. But before we just sign off on plans going forward, I hope we have a plan to address these horrible streets in our city. And by us taking this money out of the general fund, I think we need to refocus on infrastructure with these plans before we approve it.
Yes, sir.
Councilmember, if I may,
Yes,
thank you. Now, in respond, we just did the Midtown TIRZ. Most of the TIRZs do focus first on streets and basic infrastructure. In fact, Midtown TIRZ, the Bagby Street, our first Green Street, that was a project of the TIRZ. The Uptown TIRZ, we wouldn't have any mobility around the Galleria area if the Uptown TIRZ hadn't been building streets over there for the last decade and a half. And in fact, they financed the major access around the 610 and 59 interchange. So the majority of these TIRZs do focus on street infrastructure.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. And let me also comment, Councilmember Boykins, is we have been working with the Director of Public Works just to ensure that we are aligning and working very closely with the TIRZs in Public Works and Engineering to ensure that we are leveraging funds between the TIRZ and Public Works and Engineering for streets and other related projects to get the necessary synergy to ensure that we're getting the full benefit from these TIRZs.
Councilmember Gay.